This testimony of this sister is back-to-back family testimony from one to another. If you are believing God for a testimony, key into this testimony and carry your own evidence. Please do not forget to drop a comment for us on the comment section. Like, subscribe, and share. Watch this testimony and be blessed.
I'm a bit very shy. I'm so sorry. So I literally had to come to the altar of fire because I remember that the old change of family breakthrough started from this altar. And not just on this altar, on the Thursday prayer, when Pastor said, your parents, your fathers, forefathers have written the names of your family. Now, write the new names for your siblings and yourself and your family. So I started calling my siblings one after the other, start giving them the new name they will have to start bearing from that day on. And that's where my miracle started from. But I'm going to do a little flashback to before I joined, what was happening. So I had two brothers. We're 5 of us in the family. We have 2 brothers and then 3 sisters. I'm the first. My third brother, for some funny reason, I don't know what happened, what he did, but because he thought he wasn't worthy of life anymore, he drank Sniper. And by the time I got home, this boy is very huge. He's way taller than I am. I don't even know where I got the strength from. Took him to the first hospital. They said, oh, life is out of this one. They can't, I have to take him away. I said no. Because first thing first, I know for a fact that I am a titan. And I always tell God that devourer and canker caterpillar cannot be anywhere around me, and I cannot service negativity. So I lifted my brother from the hospital that they told me that he's dead already. I took him to another hospital, that's Lutz. On getting there, backstory short, I just started asking God for mercy. But at the time, I was praying, but I was not on NSPPD. But I wasn't obviously as prayerful as I am right now. But I knew that one person had to stand up to intercede for the family. And my mom that used to be interceding, they find a way to struck her. So she didn't have the strength to pray no more. So someone had to stand up. So I knew her. I was on that. It was like Pastor would say, sometimes God puts you in a family to intercede on behalf of others. You're not even there for any other thing other than interceding. So I took that mandate on myself. And immediately we got to lose. First of all, no bed space, which is the normal thing. But cut long story short, I just knew that I just had second chance. That was the message from God. And in all honesty, that boy, for some funny reason, this is the boy I rushed to lose on Sunday evening. And on Sunday morning, this boy stood up and went to the toilet himself. It didn't make any sense to me. And the Holy Spirit told me, tell them to discharge this boy. The doctor said, they cannot. Did I see how he was when I brought him? I said, but God told me that you should discharge my brother, so give me this boy. Let me take him home. They made me sign an undertaking that if anything happens to this boy, because he can't take that amount of substance and not be sick or any damages in his body. But I had to follow what God had told me because it's God that gave him that second chance in the first place. And prior to that, I took my brother out. Now I'm going to give my own, but this particular brother's testimony first. Now, fast forward to that, mind you, on Monday, the day after I committed suicide, my brother's name came out on the dean's list for his HND. For his HND, yes. So basically, it would have been a story of, his name came out yesterday on HND list or dean's list, but he died. He killed himself yesterday. It was already a plan, devilish plan that they've done, and just made it look like he committed suicide so that it would be in the physical. But I understood better. So I knew I had to pray. So fast forward to this boy now. He started working. This boy finished HND, started looking for a job. He's so hardworking, but yet he wouldn't get anything. Like they were paying him for little. And whenever he tries to leave, they told him, you are good, but they just don't want to pay him more. So I knew that I had to pray. I had to pray to God. And that was when I had the encounter with NSPPD that I prayed that Thursday. Now, this is when my testimony started coming in. My brother had gone for an interview for a tech company in the UK, but they work from Nigeria here. And immediately he got to the center. They told him, if you have not done NYSC, you cannot even interview at all. This boy came back home very sad. He had hopes that he was going to get the job. I told him, don't worry, Shebi, they have said their own. Let me go to where I will say my own. So I went, I prayed to God like never before. Then in the morning, Pastor Jerry came and said, you have gone for that interview. You did not do the interview. The reason why they did not allow you to do the interview is still there, but they will call you. I did the video. I said this to my brother. I said, see, that's your word, and it's come to pass. Lo and behold, that afternoon, the message from this big company came. They said, we have been looking for you everywhere. We are trying all your numbers, all your texts. We cannot reach you. The job that you applied for has been given unto you. My brother did not interview. So how did you give him a job you did not interview for? You already told him. And mind you, NYC still hasn't changed because he still hasn't done the NYC. Which is what the word said. That the reason why they denied you has still not changed. But they will accommodate it and they will give you that job. This is where my brother's testimony started. Barely 3 months into that job. What am I saying? My brother has got like the third. Sure, right now is his third promotion on this job. This boy is barely 26 years old. This is the boy that the enemy has seen his glory from the beginning and wanted to terminate it. But he came late. Because now me, I belong to the altar of fire and I go nowhere. So this boy, so when Pastor Jerry said, when it was Pastor Jerry's birthday, in all honesty, people always say Pastor Jerry's birthday. I used to pray randomly, but I never sent any message home. I just used to pray my own prayer. But this time out, I was very why they did not allow you to do nothing is still there. But they will call you. I did the video, I said this to my brother, I said, see, that's your word, and it's come to pass. Lo and behold, that afternoon, the message from this big company came. They said, we have been looking for you everywhere. We are trying all your numbers, all your texts. We cannot reach you. The job that you applied for has been given unto you. My brother did not interview. So how did you give him a job you did not interview for? You already told him. And mind you, NYC still hasn't changed because he still hasn't done the NYC. Which is what the word said. That the reason why they denied you has still not changed. But they will accommodate it and they will give you that job. This is where my brother's testimony started. Barely 3 months into that job. What am I saying? My brother has got like the third. Sure, right now is his third promotion on this job. This boy is barely 26 years old. This is the boy that the enemy has seen his glory from the beginning and wanted to terminate it. But he came late. Because now me, I belong to the altar of fire and I go nowhere. So this boy, so when Pastor Jerry said, when it was Pastor Jerry's birthday, in all honesty, people always say Pastor Jerry's birthday. I used to pray randomly, but I never sent any message home. I just used to pray my own prayer. But this time out, I was very intentional this year. I wrote it because my brother was hoping for a new promotion that would take him to a senior associate. This boy is 26. There's absolutely no way he would have gotten to where he is right now. And I just wrote it there with full boldness. I don't even know I will get him. I have to come here and come and do Pastor Jerry's birthday testimony. I wanted to give it in the UK because I actually flew down. But I said it is here that my testimony started from. So I need to come back to the altar of fire in Abuja. So my brother, I wrote it that my brother is going to get that new associate role, senior associate role. I wrote also for my brother, and lo and behold, between Pastor Jerry's birthday, my brother got his congratulations. My brother now is a senior associate in a top firm that is in the UK, but he works here in Nigeria. Oh, I'm not done. It's family congratulations I was talking about. Now, that is third born. Second born and I. In my Bible, I told you third born tried to kill himself in 2019. The same pattern came again in 2022. My immediate younger brother. For some funny reason, he just texted me from nowhere and said, oh, he doesn't think he's worthy of life, that I should take care of my parents, I should do that. He wants to commit. I said, oh, no. Maybe they tried the drunk sniper before I've been. You will not even do this one. So I rushed home, I held on to him, I prayed, I talked to him. Fast forward to everything, my brother stopped the suicidal thought. That same year, meanwhile, this boy, a previous year before, UK is one country that if you have money, you go to school. How come my brother is applying for school and he's not even getting admission? It doesn't make any sense to me. That prompted me to say, okay, maybe my brother is not getting. Let me know if they're obviously not giving everybody. So let me apply for school too in this 2022. So that was the same year, January, that he tried to kill himself. So we both applied. So if I apply, if the school gives me a response, I will also apply for him too. I'll tell him, oh yeah, you too, come and apply. Before you know it, 2022 September, myself and my brother traveled to the UK separately, individually to do our masters. And now, we just started doing our life normally, and my brother and I were just praying we have been doing menial jobs here. To sustain ourselves. Well, I can say, me and my was firstborn, so I do other jobs and I was fine. But my brother was literally struggling. So I just prayed to God. So there was this job in the government sector where it's a HMRC. It's a government body. So we keep applying for these jobs. In all honesty, throughout the interview process, we will even be helping our friends to do it. But in the same level, me and my brother will be rejected. But our friends that we helped, we will pass and get the job. But I did not lose faith. I just kept praying to God. But when the opening came again this year, and I saw it, I said, okay, don't worry. Affliction that arise before will not arise again. Now that I've already realized that it's a pattern, because how come we're not getting off or different levels? It's the same place that me and my brother is stopping. So I said, okay, it was time for God to do a miracle. I prayed, I brought it to the altar fire. As I usual again, the Pastor Jerry's birthday, me, I'll collect everything. I wrote it here too, that, me and my brother are going to carry out congratulations for this job. And lo and behold, in the same August, me and my brother got our congratulation mails. Oh, streams of joy, I am not done, no. I now have, we're going back to now our fourth born, right? Good. She just finished school from Futa. So she was like, I'm already thinking that God, I beg, this girl has to get a job. Mind you, let me take you back to what Pastor Jerry said in August. He said it's not only one person that will be the breadwinner of your family. All of you will be breadwinner. In all honesty, I've always been the breadwinner. So I needed that load to come down a bit. So when God gave Olumide a job, the load came down for me. I all got a job. So the load came. So now I'm many my two sisters, right? So our last one now finished school. Lo and behold, NYSC time. For some funny reason, God just miraculously gave my sister a very good oil complete to do her service here without stress. Oh, that's not all. She be that paying her in naira. God now said that was still not enough. Oh. Now gave this guy a freelance job that is paying her in foreign currency weekly. So even the person that is working for tech companies is not even ending up to her at the moment, which is the firstborn. Oh, wait. Baby number 5, which is the last born of the house. My mother does not have any children that don't know Buko. But this my sister writes first WAEC. She will write it, they'll just spoil the results. Second WAEC, you write it at this third time. I just noticed that I cannot be servicing negativity now, because I have to take this girl back to SS3 to start school freshly again, to repeat SS3. I said, God, I'm not going to pay this school fees again. You're going to do this miracle. Lo and behold, third WAEC Nabi, she has come to write it again. And the enemy decided to come and show itself, and not in my own family. And the results came out. My sister had A, B, C, B. But you see, English and maths, that is the most important. You see, now be that. She now have E in English, E8. Now it's going to have C6 in maths. I said, don't worry. This one will be reversed. It's not me that goes to write another WAEC. So I prayed like never before. I came to the altar in the morning. Pastor said the result is already out. But there's going to be it's going to be reversed by fire. I said, yes, that's my sister's mail. So I went back after church prayer finished. That's how I see. I went to Instagram, I just see news. And WAEC said they make a mistake. You know the results. That they should give them 24 hours to go and recheck the results. I told my brother, I said, wait, 24 hours, give them. You will see that results now. You think I'm playing on the altar of fire? They play. Abuja, I'm here. February, the Nigerians conference, I fly, I come. I know they miss anyone. So I said, go and check that result again. Oh, God. I mean, the result could have been other way around, right? Meaning, all our A's and B's could have been a D and E, since they made mistake in everything. But you know that God is there. He likes to show up and show off. He made sure that English and maths. You see that E that they gave her? You see the way God moved that E to C? C5. You see that maths that she had C6? He moved it to CA. Now, let me not bust your head. Every other A's and B's did not touch. He only needed to reverse the bad ones. So he just reversed it and arranged that result. Hey, you're not asking me that how will me shout? I will shout. I don't shout though. But wait, it has not finished. I told you now. Family congratulations. This one is the best one because I know Papa will like this one. It's the one of life restoration to God. You see my father. You know you go to church. Okay, well, crossover service, he goes to church. But you can never let that man go to church in this life. I came for NSPPD conference in February. I flew down for it. So after the conference, 1 week after I came, my daddy was stroked with partial stroke. I said, don't worry. Which partial stroke? Cancer is reversed in the altar fire. Telling me partial stroke. I better keep silent to one place. I don't even panic. I don't know how I don't do it. I don't panic. I just believe that the God that sees me is a way. So my father, cut long story short, my father started joining the prayers. To cut long story short, though, you see my father now. In short, my grandmother called me. I told my grandmother one day, she said, I know not to call your father from 7 to 9 because he's on the altar of fire praying. Even me myself, when I introduced to the prayer, I did not think my father would be that consistent. But I'm sure he's looking at me like this because he has warned me to say this thing in this church. My father now worships to streams of joy. He doesn't miss any service. From beginning service to the last service, my father is on the altar of fire. Now, bottom pot, which is me. I have to just thank God for my life generally because, in all honesty, we have never been, I can't call myself an average family. We have never been average. We don't get money. We shall live like that. But I look at my life sometimes, and I just thank God for everything that's going on in my life. I wake up, but one thing I know that was significant is, I remember in NYSC, my last NYSC allowance, I told God, I said, see God, this is my last tithe, but let it not be my last tithe. How you do it every day, I don't know, but I trust you. And lo and behold, I get to the UK, people are shouting of casting down. I really don't understand what they're talking about. In all honesty, I can't relate because there is a lifting up. Because God shows up every week. And I say I pay my tax every week. I pay my tax every week, and I'm not joking. I say every week, God has been ever sufficient. And I just really want to thank God for everything he has done in my life. Thank God for streams of joy in particular because, in all honesty, I used to be prayerful, but I am more of fire of God now. Like, you can't even come close to me. I'm not even scared of anything. If you come to me, I'll tell you that you don't know who I am. God's firstborn. I don't know about every other body, but me and God's voice first child. So I just really thank God for God. I thank God for Pastor Jerry for what he's doing to, the young ones. We are not young anymore, but we are still young. How he's encouraging us to. I don't believe now that somebody has to come and touch me to pray. I believe that I have to stand up and say the prayer myself. When you call me that one thing is happening, I touch the ground. You and whoever sends that, it's the same ground I'm standing, that person is standing. Go and meet that person and send it back. So that's one thing I'm grateful for joining the altar, the fact that you can pray for yourself. You don't necessarily have to come to church for God to touch you or for man to touch you or all these things. You can intercede. And Pastor Jerry, thank you very much. May the oil in your head never run dry in Jesus' name. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You cannot be sitting down and celebrating this testimony. Where are those that know that they that be of us shall rebuild old waste places, streams